The anime we are about to recap stars a hero that saves people and defeats villains with just one punch. So it's clearly a parody, and a really humorous one at that. Episode 1. The anime opens up to a monster wreaking havoc in a city known as A City. After defeating some heroes, the monster tries to kill a girl. Then a bald man named Saitama appears and saves her. We learn that the monster is named Vaccine Man. Clearly, this anime has a problem with names. The monster transforms into a bigger form. However, Saitama kills the monster with one punch. The next scene takes us back to 3 years ago. Saitama wasn't even a hero yet, but we can see him save a boy from a monster known as Crablante. In the next scene, we see our beloved bald hero defeat a brother duo with one punch as usual. The next morning, Saitama wakes up to find that the subterranean people have invaded his city. But after defeating the king with one punch, the others surrender. The episode comes to an end after we're introduced to a character called Genos. Episode 2. There's a massive mosquito swarm in Z City where Saitama lives. We soon find out that the insects are being controlled by Mosquito Girl. In the next scene, we see a battle between Genos and Mosquito Girl. It is quite equal. They both lose a limb each. Mosquito Girl gets a power-up by consuming the blood that her insects have taken from several victims. She beats Genos badly, until the bald Superman appears and defeats her with one punch, leaving Genos amazed. The cyborg known as Genos asks to be Saitama's disciple and the baldy agrees. It turns out that Genos is a talkative, as he almost kills Saitama with his complaints. Who knew a cyborg could talk that much? After some time, we see Genos involved in a fight with another cyborg called Armored Gorilla, while Saitama defeats some other villains. The episode ends with a room full of villains, and it is revealed that they're all clones of an evil doctor, Dr. Genos. Episode 3. The story of Dr. Genos is revealed. He finally discovered the secret of immortality and created clones of himself. Armored Gorilla tells them that the doctor is interested in Saitama's body. The bald hero is confused and begins to think that the doctor wants him for homosexual purposes. Genos later explains to him, the doctor wants to capture him and research on his body constituents. From this scene, we can see that even though Saitama has a big head, he's not quite smart. They attack the villain's hideout, and soon there's a fight between Genos and Carnage Kabuto. Later on, the villain faces off against Saitama but retreats when he sees how powerful the baldy really is. Another battle begins between Saitama and Carnage Kabuto, with the hero winning easily when he gets serious. Episode 4. It turns out that a man named Hammerhead has started advocating for the overworked and underpaid people. Along with his group, they make plans against a rich man known as Zeniru. While playing a game, Saitama finds out that Hammerhead and his group has now made it a bad thing to be bald-headed, because the terrorist group is made up of bald people. Zeniru's bodyguard is named Speedo Sound Sonic. Let's be honest, this has to be one of the worst hero names in anime history. The bodyguard defeated and beheaded Hammerhead's bald gang. Hammerhead then runs into the bush where he meets Saitama. The bald superhero punches his suit off, and Hammerhead runs away naked. Speedo Sound Sonic arrives and thinks that Saitama is part of Hammerhead's group because he is bald. However, Saitama defeats him. Now back at home, Saitama and Genos decide to register as official heroes. Episode 5. To become registered heroes, they both need to take a physical and written test. Saitama easily clears the physical test, even does better than every other candidate. However, in the written test, he just barely manages to pass. Genos gets a perfect score in the written test, and so he is given an S rank, while Saitama is given the lower C rank. This is just another instance of Saitama being all bronze and no brain. After acing their tests, they are put in a class, and it is no surprise to find out that both of them are stronger than their tutor. Later on, Genos challenges Saitama to a fight, and even though Saitama is toying with him, he easily defeats Genos. The cyborg doesn't believe that it is a training regimen that has given the baldy his strength. Episode 6. It is revealed that as a C-class hero, if you're inactive for 7 days, you will be removed from being a hero. So Saitama has to go on patrol to retain his spot. During his patrol, Speedo Sound Sonic comes to fight him again, but Saitama has no interest in this. Speedo Sound Sonic uses a shuriken to cause panic in public, so Saitama has to knock him out. In the next scene, we are taken to Z City, where there is a mysterious being causing some trouble. The agency sends out 2 A-class heroes to tackle this mysterious being. When they get to the scene, they meet Kambu Infinity, and their battle with the monster begins. Kambu Infinity defeats both heroes, and as the creature walks out dissatisfied with the strength of the heroes, it walks into Saitama's path. The episode ends with Genos entering the house and meeting Saitama eating kombu soup. Oh my god, Saitama's a savage! He didn't just defeat the villain, he also ate the creature. Hope you're enjoying this recap. Click the like button, as well as the subscribe button. Episode 7. A meteorite suddenly changes course and is about to strike Z City. A notice is sent out to all S-Class heroes, but only Genos and Bang show up. Bang tries to convince Genos to skip town, but the cyborg doesn't listen to him. Later on, another hero named Metal Knight appears. He wants to test out his new weapon against the meteorite. However, it turns out to be unsuccessful. Metal Knight refers to team up with any other hero. These top heroes are snobby brats that can't even stop a meteorite. Bang and Genos also fail to stop the meteorite, until Saitama, the bald hero, shows up and punches it to pieces. The meteorite scatters in different parts of the city, destroying people's homes. The hero known as Tank Top Tiger and his brother Tank Top Black Hole lead to a movement against Saitama for destroying their homes. Even though he literally saved the city, from the names of these heroes, you can tell they're sore losers. The episode ends with Saitama giving a speech to the crowd and turning the table against the loser heroes. Episode 8. In an intense scene, the Sea Folks declare that they are coming to the surface to kill all humans. Saitama punches the messenger, and Moomin Rider sees only the destroyed body of the Sea Folk messenger. Soon, the Sea Folks attack. The hero Stinger battles them, but he is defeated by the Sea King. Genos, Saitama, and Moomin Rider head out to confront the Sea Folks. Several heroes like Lightning Max, Puri Puri Prisoner, and Speedo Sonic fight the Sea King, but they can't defeat him. On the way to meet the Sea King, we get a hilarious scene where we see the now defeated Speedo Sonic running naked in the rain. Did the Sea King seize his clothes? Moomin Rider finds out the location of the monsters, so he leaves Saitama and decided to go confront the Sea King alone. Episode 9. Saitama is waiting for the Hero Association to send him off to battle. Geno goes out and acts on his own, engaging the Sea King on his own. Genos has the edge in the battle, but the tide changed swiftly. And while Genos tries to protect the child, he's defeated by the Sea King. Moomin Rider arrives and tries to fight the Sea King, but he's not a worthy opponent. Moomin Rider is one of those anime characters that are powerless, but are always motivated to fight people stronger than them. Just as Moomin Rider is knocked unconscious, Saitama appears and defeats the Sea King with a single blow. We later find out that Saitama downplayed his victory so that the citizens would not talk bad about the other heroes defeated by the Sea King. Saitama is promoted to a B-class hero. He receives a letter of appreciation from Moomin Rider, and the episode ends with a warning from a fortune teller that the Earth is doomed. Episode 10. The king of the Lizard Clan is causing some trouble. Tatsumaki defeats him by sending a meteorite from outer space. A meeting of all the S-Class heroes is called, and surprisingly, Saitama is present there, even though he is not even close to that rank yet. I guess this is only fair, considering that our bald hero is stronger than all of them. While they are discussing the prophecy from the fortune teller, the meeting venue is attacked by the Sky Folks, but these Sky Folks are quickly defeated. Immediately after this, we see an alien spacecraft destroying some part of the city. Melzargard and Iayin engage in a battle. Other heroes like Atomic Samurai, Metal Bat, Puri Puri Prisoner, and Bang arrive, and they help Iayin fight Melzargard. The bald hero Saitama enters into the ship and begins to kill all the villains. He destroys a portion of the ship while searching for the boss. Then we see Boros sitting on a throne. Episode 11. The heroes keep attacking Melzargard. However, the villain keeps regenerating. Melzargard is communicating telepathically with Garyungan Shup, and he tries to request for help. The fight on the ship rages on, and Saitama destroys Garyungan Shup by throwing a pebble at him. Over to the other battle, the heroes attack Melzargard together, specifically trying to burst his head. The bombardment crew on the ship begins to launch, but Tatsumaki appears and she stops the bullets mid-air in very epic fashion. Saitama finally meets Boros. He listens to the villain boss talk about an alien prophecy. When the fight finally begins, Boros is able to survive a punch from the bald Superman before transforming into his true form. Episode 12. The episode begins with Moomin Rider and some other heroes evacuating the survivors. Boros and Saitama's duel drags on, and the fight against Melzargard comes to an end with Bang destroying the final marble in his head. In classic anime fashion, Boros and Saitama choose to land their final attacks, lunging at each other with their most powerful attacks. Saitama emerges victorious. The fight against the villains has now been won. The Hero Association headquarters and parts of the city have to be rebuilt. Genos gets into a problem with Tatsumaki, and she smashes him into a rock. It's so funny how Genos is insanely strong, yet he always loses his battles. The episode ends with Saitama defeating a very powerful monster with just one punch. He sighs in frustration, showing how bored he is of these one-punch defeats. If you want to be as strong as Saitama and win your battles, unlike Genos, then hit that like and subscribe button to get updated when we drop more anime content.